What's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And you know it's going to be fun when we are dungeon crawling in Magic the Gathering. This is so fun. So we get to have a bunch of dungeons that we get to go through with this one. If you guys haven't seen the dungeon mechanic, at least showcase, whatever, hopefully by the end of this video you have a good understanding of what it does, everything here, because that's the main goal of this deck, is simply to go through as many dungeons as we can. Hopefully we can win games too, but really all we care about is going through dungeons. And we have all the best cards to make sure we can go through and dungeon crawl like crazy. There are a lot of dungeon cards in blue as well, which could be really good. Where you can venture and do a lot of cool things, like Young T. Malison, Fly, and Hama Pashar are really good additions, and so there's different versions you can do of this deck. But right now we're going to try the Abzan version because we have plenty of really good ways to get value out of our dungeon cards. This is all of our dungeon cards here, which is great. And then we got Portable Hole from the new set as well. Heartless Act, I think, is the only card that's returning besides lands. And so let's dive into what these do and what dungeon actually means for those that haven't seen it. So let's use Ellywick Tumblestrum, the new planeswalker here. So if you +1, you get to venture into a dungeon. What does it mean to venture into a dungeon? You get to go into the first level of that. I'm going to showcase this a lot in gameplay, so I'm not going to dive too far into it, but we get to then go through each level of the dungeon each time that we venture into the dungeon again. You get to choose one dungeon that you're going to be going through, and you just get to pick between those ones. Once the dungeon is complete, you can then enter into a new dungeon. You can do the same dungeon twice, whatever you want to do to make sure you're going through all that stuff. And then once the dungeon's finished, you get some extra abilities like Ellywick's Tumblestrum. -7 ability. You can emblem with creatures you control, have trample and haste, and get +2/+2 for each differently named dungeon you completed. So if we complete all 3 of the dungeons with this deck, then that emblem will give everything, you know, trample, haste, and +6/+6, which is a pretty powerful thing. A little bit of work to make sure that happens, but we also get some other value from Barrowin whenever we complete, if we complete a dungeon attacks, and we get to return a creature card from a graveyard to the battlefield that's mana 3 or less, which is every other creature besides this. We have Varis, we have Acererak, Nadaar, all these other creatures that are pretty good, and that's what we're trying to do. You fight a Cursed Idol, I think, is one of the best venture cards. You can just for 2 mana, create a treasure token and venture into a dungeon, which can get really good value and potentially 2 treasures. That's it. I'm not going to dive too far into this one. I want to showcase everything else in the gameplay itself, and we'll talk more about the cards at that point. And also, I do a full breakdown and analysis of the deck after the gameplay as well, so make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video for that. Before we dive into the gameplay, a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel. So every day I have about 6,000 to 10,000 returning viewers and about 1,000 to 5,000 new viewers every day. And if you're a new viewer and not subscribed, I totally get it. But if you guys stick around and watch multiple videos, a returning viewer and not subscribed, I definitely would appreciate if you consider it, because over 50% of my audience has not subscribed. So, you know, help a brother out. All right, let's dive into the gameplay. All right, up against JoJo. On the draw, we have Heartless Act, which is pretty nice. Nadaar actually is a pretty good answer here as well. This is a little bit awkward, but I think we're going to keep this. Typically, I want to make sure I have something to venture on turn 2 with this deck, or something at least decent, have a chance to do that. With this one, we don't really have that. Play out of Plains. We're only running Pathways and the Triumphs for this deck, and so running out Plains first. Witchclaw Talisman. That's a little bit terrifying. All right, let's throw this out on black. And do I want to hold on to Heartless Act? I think we're just going to go ahead and play out the Ranger's Hawk, pass the turn. This card can pay 3 to tap it to venture if we want to, and another untapped creature. So it's a lot to venture, but if it means that we get a buff or get something else out of it, it can actually be really good. All right, we are definitely going to kill this before anything else happens, before it gets a counter onto it. So, yep, kill you. And we get Ellywick on the next turn, which could be pretty fun. And I'm debating if we want to go for the Tomb of Annihilation first or not. All right, I wasn't sure how that worked. All right, they have Cultivate. So this forces a lot of people to lose a lot of life, which can be really good if we're going for the more aggro play, and gives us a lot of threats on the battlefield. And typically I want to go on this left-hand side here. So Trapped Entity, each player loses 1 life. So we would have to lose 1 life. Then each player loses 2 life unless they discard a card. If we want to discard a card, fine. Each player loses 2 life unless they sacrifice a creature, artifact, or land. And then finally we get a 4 for Black God on our side if we finish the dungeon. Once we have finished Tomb of Annihilation, this can hit the battlefield and stay on the battlefield. And that's a pretty big deal because it's a 3-mana 5/5. And if ever attacks, it creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token as well, unless the opponent sacrifices something. All right, they just use Witchclaw Talisman, which we don't have anything really amazing to go tutoring for. So that's a little bit terrifying. Let's go and play this out on green, and let's go for... We're going to go for Tumblestrum. All right, so let's actually go through Tomb of Annihilation. I've never done it yet. I usually go through Mind of Foundelver. So down to 17, pass the turn. If we get up to the ultimate here, that becomes really, really good, especially giving a lot of things haste. Quite scary. We'd be able to attack him with Acererak, Acererak. Yeah, that's it, Acererak. And have it be a 7/7 with trample and haste. Seems legit. Midnight Clock, is that what they tutored for? All right. Is this like Tiamat? They're playing all of the colors here. Portable Hole does not get rid of that right now. I could use Witchclaw Talisman and then Portable Hole and get rid of the Witchclaw Talisman, tutor for what we need, but I'm not sure if we can actually find what we need just yet. So let's go ahead and venture again.
I just love a good quest.
We could force them to get rid of their artifact and land and force them to be a little bit further behind. We have to sacrifice our creature, but I'm a little bit okay with that. We didn't play tap any mana yet, so let's just go down this one. Let's get rid of... we'll just decline, actually. I think they're a combo deck. I'm not worried about our life total just yet. We need... How much mana do we have? So if I utilize this, go find the cursed treasure thing. So we're not quite there to finishing it. So let's play out Nadaar. Finish this dungeon. Or yeah, okay, next time, actually. I think we're going to go ahead and sacrifice the Witchclaw Talisman. It would be nice to tutor every once in a while, but I don't want them to have it. Wait, why did I lose 2 life? I sacrificed the thing. What? Each player loses life unless they sacrifice. Why does it that? Oh man, it's so annoying. There's a lot of this dungeon stuff, or a lot of cards for the new set that I feel like have a lot of bugs so far. Check for Traps has bugs in it from what I saw. I'm sure they're going to be fixing them along the way here, but that should not have done 2 damage to us as we sacrificed it. All right, what does this do? All right, at the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 more life this turn, create a 3/3 angel with flying. Okay, a little bit terrifying. Okay, we're wanting a black source. If we can find another black mana, we have Acererak and Heartless Act to kill whatever we need to. Getting pretty close to Troublesome as well, to the ultimate here. Grim Tutor. Is there like a combo with these? Oh. So there is something you can do. No snowlands. This says exile this to put an enlightened counter on target angel. It gains you can't lose the game. Your opponents can't win the game. If you put that onto a Faceless Haven, you just can't lose the game ever. Like no matter what, even if you're drawing into nothing or whatever. And so, but you have to have snowlands to really make that work as well. So I'm a little bit confused. So let's venture, finish this. Don't have haste for this yet. And I think I actually want to wait to play Acererak until I have the ability to go hasty with it. So let's just play out Outlander for now. I want to hold on to Heartless Act. Unfortunately, this hits non-land permanents, but only 2 or less, so we can't actually hit the book. Okay, Venture. Now we're going for... We could go for more damage with this. All right, so we're going to go through Phandelver this time. Really, I just don't know what people are doing right now. It changes so much not knowing what is even possible. Down to 6. Pass the turn, hold on to Heartless Act, and hopefully killing a creature is going to be worth it. We have to kill it before it gets an emblem. Is it an emblem token, or it's just an emblem, which is different than tokens, so Heartless Act can kill it? I don't know. Whatever. All right, well, we did get there with this. We had ultimate with Ellywick into Acererak, attacking in for 7, and all this kind of stuff. So that would have been quite swell. Not too shabby. All right, up against Junior MTG and a decent hand. I like these Curse Idols. Ooh, that's even better. All right, play out a Swamp, pass the turn. Yeah, Triumphant Adventurer, Death Touch, First Strike, and whenever it attacks, it adventures in the dungeon. It's really difficult to stop this from getting in for damage because it has the First Strike ability on your turn. So Dungeon the Mad Mage is another fun one to go through here. Gaining life, scrying, we get to make treasures. Makes 2 black skeleton creatures, which can be really cool. All right, Triumphant Adventurer. And with Acererak, there's a combo that we need to do in Historic at some point. If you have Omniscience on the battlefield and Acererak, you have infinite loop. As long as you have not completed the Tomb of Annihilation, you can loop through the other 2 dungeons over and over and over again and get all of the value that those have. All right, play out Forest, play out Paladin. We're going to go through Fendelver this time. Nope, to the bottom with that one. Attack in. We're going to make a Goblin. Try to go wide with this. Down to 19. We get to venture 2 more times here. So we have basically guaranteed... we get to venture when we attack with Nadaar and Triumphant Adventure. So actually just attacking, we get to complete this one. And then Nadaar gives +1/+1 to all of our creatures as long as we completed a dungeon. So we can do that. And we can put a counter to something and draw a card. So next turn, we're already set up to do quite a bit of awesome stuff. Unless they have removal. Cultivate. All right, I think we're in good shape. Whoo, all right. Not too shabby. So the best draw we can have here is probably an Ellywick. And a Acererak would be kind of interesting too, actually. Oh, that was rude. Give me so much hope for that. All right, well, play this out on white. That means we can't play an Ellywick, but we have the ways to create treasures. So counter onto... Let's go Goblin. Attack in, they're going to get the buff. Draw a card. Yes, please. All right, so we have completed a dungeon, which means every Nadaar now gets the +1/+1. Ultimates, a lot of different things happen, so we're good. So now we need to start completing the other dungeons. And Phandelver might be better in some ways. Okay, Polukranos. Heartless Act, rude. So this prevents damage with the First Strike stuff there. So it actually does stop us from being able to play Triumphant Adventurer. I don't have the other green source yet. So let's go ahead and do this for now. We get to potentially force him to lose some life and get a creature that we could play. Could be nice. What can we get from this side that makes it worthwhile? Just to dig through the deck a little bit more is all that it really does. So I think we actually do want to go this side because it gives us a creature. So let's go for this. We can attack him with the Hawk. Throw this out on black. I think we're declining to discard here. We'll take the 2. No attacks. Okay, they went down to 11 as well. We have Heartless Act to get rid of 3 counters onto Polukranos. They're also at a level where they could... Hey, that's scary. All right, so we go ahead and block this. Bring it down to 4 counters. We Heartless Act, Gargaroth. We... Trying to think how we want to do this. Okay, Silverymoon Ranger. Attack in here. Should have attacked him with the Falcon as well. I don't know what I'm thinking. I could sacrifice the Hawk here. But I think we decline. Pass the turn. So they can use Polukranos to kill 2 things here and then have it go to the graveyard. They should probably do that at instant speed to stop us from having too much value. We get to complete the dungeon with find Curse Idol here. Okay, that's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, this prevents the damage, so it actually doesn't let First Strike work or Death Touch work. But if they block this, then they won't be able to kill the 4/4. So I think we go ahead and do it. Get the value from just going on the adventure. Team of Annihilation could be pretty good for us again. We've already completed it though. Just getting in the damage at their face is actually what's important here. At the same time though, we may not be able to discard a card. We may not be able to do everything we need to there. But it creates another god eventually. The site is good, but it takes so long to complete. I think it's actually another Tomb of Annihilation, as weird as it is, because we're winning through damage, and so if it gets more damage dealt to their face, I think that's what we care about. Yeah, pass the turn. Polukranos can kill the 4/4. We're fine taking the damage if they want to hit in. Scoot Swarm. Yeah, Portable Hole. I was playing it out to test it out here. It doesn't appear to be helping out a whole lot. Doesn't actually deal with a lot of really important stuff. I think Portable Hole is going to be dead here, so we're going to get rid of that. Yeah, gets rid of the Triumphant Adventurer. We get to kill one of them. We got him down to 5. If we get another creature, we can potentially force him to sacrifice a creature here. Thorn Mammoth, never mind. All right, but they aren't playing a land. That's at least a good sign. We can potentially kill Scoot Swarm. Down to 13. Triumphant Adventurer. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, they get to fight a creature. Is it a May ability? Okay, yeah. Ugh. Yep, just bad drawing. We've drawn a lot of not the right thing at the right time. Oh, okay. Sure. I've been going for the other one, the Dungeon Mad Mage, just to be able to draw the cards could be really nice. And having more card advantage. Like, that's definitely what that one gives us. Wow. Yeah, good game. Alrighty then. Dude, they had a lot of really surprising answers at all the right times. All right, up against JoJo, and a little bit of a different hand than we've seen before. I'm going to keep it because we're on the draw. We have a chance to find a lot of good stuff. We get to Venture, which we get to Scry. We get to, you know, dig through a lot of our deck here still. And so play out Triumph. These guys only venture if we have total power of 6 or greater. Youthful Valkyrie, but then they both do it, which is pretty nice. We don't get to kill that though right now. Play out a Plains. Do I want to just get out a creature or just make sure I venture right now? Being able to scry could be really nice. We'll go with the Outlander, pass the turn. Yeah, these guys are feeling a little bit weak. I mean, 2 mana 2/3 is actually not bad stats. And it has reach here as well. So if they're not playing another Angel, we can at least still chump here. Which is nice. I can get up to where I can venture with these guys here in a little bit. So I guess we keep playing these guys out. I'm gonna play out on green. Double green is really like the only thing that we do need. So no attacks, pass the turn. Is this the same deck we ran into a while ago? I'm intrigued to see what they're actually doing here. You find a Curse Idol. They're trying to find the book or whatever to put something on where they get a Platinum Angel out of it, basically. This does destroy artifacts and enchantments as well. All right, gets a 2/4. All right, Barrowin. I really didn't think I was going to like Tomb of Annihilation, but now I'm actually liking it more and more the more that I play it. So next turn we get to attack in, and we get to venture twice, and we have the Curse Idol, so we can complete this dungeon right away, which means if we have Acererak, we could also play it out on the same turn with these Curse Idols. This way is nice. We get some card draw. We get a chance to stop them from doing as much stuff, but it's really not amazing. I think this is better. Like, force them to start losing life and whatnot. So no attacks, pass the turn. Revitalize, gain some life. They're definitely playing the book. There's got to be some sort of combo that they're going for here that I don't understand. I want to see what the combo is, but I also don't want to let them get there. All right, so first things first, venture. All right, force them to lose some life. They can double block Barrowin, which is a little bit annoying here. Okay, venture again. We would be able to kill one of the Youthful Valkyries. Let's go and get rid of a treasure. They're down to 22. So yeah, we get to venture twice here. We get a 4/4 Black God here with Death Touch, but we also trade off our Barrowin to do it. I don't even have creatures here that's there. If I find a way to venture one more time between this, yeah, I don't think we get to, so let's just go ahead and attack in. For the pack tactics. Get this. Let's go down the Fandelver one. No. Although I know they have artifacts that we ought to be destroying. It does venture again. We're looking for better cards. We need our payoffs. Just jumping. Whoa, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Let me just get to do it again next turn. Ooh, okay. Now I feel like we're in really great shape. Everything is even, so Extinction Event wouldn't be able to do anything here. Okay, Nadaar. Nice. Okay, now we're in great shape. Yeah, create a goblin. Attacking for 1.5 million. Venture twice. See, now these guys feel fantastic. Counter onto, I guess, Barrowin. Probably onto Nadaar would have been better, actually. Oops. Draw a card. And Acererak, nice. Acererak. I said it wrong again. Acererak. Yeah, so when it enters the battlefield, if you haven't completed Tomb Annihilation, return it back to its owner's hand. That's part of the reason that I've been putting Tomb Annihilation as priority 2, is that, yeah, we get to deal damage. We don't care about losing our own life too much in the early game. We get an actual creature out of it, which is better than just drawing a card. All these other things are nice. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Actually, have I played a land? I have not played a land. Six, it makes it 3/3 every turn. I like it. And we get to, yeah, so it's pretty good stuff. Totally forgot about the Lair of the Hydra there. Lair of Hydra is a really good card. As a defender, as whatever else, it's something that you can easily forget about it being a potential like 10/10 or whatever. So that's scary. All right, I'm Kavote and keep this one. This is a beautiful hand. All right, lead off with Plains, pass the turn. Anytime you have pathways, if you're not playing Snarls, you lead off with the basic lands, unless they're check things. Yeah, whatever. You guys understand. Is that more important? I need a chance for double green here. So I won't be able to play this out right away if I play this. So play this on black. I think we kill this with fire whenever we have a chance. Triumphant Adventurer with Death Touch is actually pretty nice against this as well, though. Do we want to go for our game plan, or do we make sure they can't do theirs? Let's go ahead and stop theirs real quick. Let's just take a little moment and stop them from doing anything awesome ever. Nadaar is still a really good turn play for the next turn. Farouk's Uprising. Okay. That's nice. Nadaar. Do we go for Tomb of Annihilation? We still haven't actually done the Mad Mage side of things. But we want to complete a dungeon sooner than later. Let's go for Fandelver. Another Triumphant Adventurer. Sure. What other payoffs do we have? I think it's actually pretty good. Our payoffs are venturing into dungeons and completing dungeons and like going through that stuff. So we're kind of okay with that. I haven't actually. I need to switch over to these dragons. I think I have them. I need to do it. All right, what you got here? I'm really unsure of what they're doing. I'm not. Some people are playing new cards, some people are not, and I'm in between on what to do with all that. So the reason I went this side is that we get to make an extra treasure token, which is nice. It actually means we can play out a ranger, and then into Triumphant Adventurer, or put a counter onto this. So Ranger, we have to attack in, but I can put I can make a treasure token, put that in there. Trade off with the Serpent. I have another Nadaar, so let's go ahead and do it. Make a treasure token. Okay, go for the trade-off. Triumphant Adventurer. We could have this not be able to block or do much of anything here, which could be nice. Let's just make sure that we actually get rid of their life, though. I don't like them having that, you know, life stuff. I played out the wrong land there for green. I needed another land for white for this next turn. Oops. All right, so yeah, should have played this out on white for sure. Oh well. Complete this dungeon. So one's already completed. All right, we haven't done Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We need to do it, so we're gonna go for that. We're gonna play out the swamp. We're gonna destroy Garruk's Uprising. Or do we want to just keep venturing? Let's go and attack in here. Put that to the bottom. And Death Etch and First Strike is pretty good stuff. Do I want to keep venturing? I really don't know. We can stop this from attacking, which is kind of nice, and keep hitting with Adventurer. We can create tons of blockers in this as well, which is really nice. At some point, they're going to find a Vorinclex, though, which is what I'm scared of. I think we need to stop them from drawing. We have potentially 2 draws a turn, or 2 adventure things right now each turn. Okay, they can give something trample here. Oh man, I need more white mana. Okay, create a treasure token. Yeah, okay. Photos keeps it up there. Yeah, having 2 of those guys is really nice. Having Death Touch in general is good against their deck. So we could have gone for create a treasure token, portable hole, get rid of the 3/3, attack in at Garruk, and we get the value just from attacking in anyway. And then we can start making like more skeletons, and then eventually draw extra cards and go off from there. So not too shabby. All right, I'm against Somane, and we have You Find a Curse Idol in lands and get to it. Can't play Hawk, but that's kind of okay. I think we actually keep this. Hopefully we find more lands along the way. But we can play out a Varis on turn 3 with the treasure that we make from this. Play out Forest, pass the turn. This has a chance to actually make treasure tokens. So does this one, I guess. Yeah, let's go this way. Land is nice. Not enough to actually play Varis, but it's playable. Pass the turn. I do want to get the extra mana to be able to make sure we can get to Tumblestrum. Actually, we can play that out this next turn. Hey, play this out on white. All right, so do we go for Tumblestrum or for Varis? We're not going to block this anyway, so let's go ahead and just throw this out there. Start getting some value out of it. Let's make another treasure. And pass the turn. Yeah, first strike Death Touch. That's really hard to kill. We have the Heartless Act, which is nice. We can play out Silverymoon Ranger and Hawk to venture another time, so we get 2 ventures on the next turn. Dungeon Crawler. Oh, I forgot about this one. Whenever you complete a dungeon, you may return Dungeon Crawler from graveyard to hand. Oh, that's not amazing. It's not awful, but it's not amazing. All right, which dungeon are they going for? All right, Tomb of Annihilation. That's fine.
Come on, hurry up, let's go.
All right, put it onto Adventurer. That means that even if it attacks in, it can't actually... First strike and Death Touch doesn't matter if it has 0 power. So then we play out Ranger. And I can play out the Heartless Act here, or I can get another Venture. And have it block any of these things. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, oops. I totally forgot about that. Keen-Eyed Sentry, right. Each opponent can't venture the dungeon more than once each turn. I was trying to remember what that did. I started reading a little bit and didn't read it all the way through. Misplays. This is only good in the first like week, by the way. After that, I don't think that venturing to the dungeon is actually a powerful enough effect. I think that you play stuff like Nadaar and maybe Varis just because they venture well enough by themselves that if you can play dungeon, great, but I don't think you really care for anything more than that. This is good simply because it's a 3/3 and it occasionally does cool stuff. We'll take damage. I'm fine with that. Use it flying. Doesn't attack in? Why would you put that on there and not attack in? That's really funny. Okay. Oh, this has reach. How about that? Forgot about that. All right, nice. All right, well, first off, Venture. Draw a card, see if we can find something else here to do. Come on, do it. Acererak. All right. We have to venture twice with that, which is nice. So let's go ahead and do that. Ah, I forgot about that. Gosh dang it. All right, we gotta get rid of the Keen-Eyed Sentry. That's gotta go away. Gosh dang it. I just missed out on 2 ventures by not doing that in the right order again. That was just a major misplaying there. So if you can go 4 color, I think that's the best way that you can go for the best venture deck. The issue is that a lot of the best green cards are double green for the venture stuff. And so it makes sense to go for the other ones. We'll decline. Go down to 15. They get to complete a dungeon. This gets to become a 3/4 flyer. We could double block to kill it, but yeah, no blocks.
Well, you're no fun.
Yeah, that's right. You're not any fun. All right, Tomb of Annihilation. Here we go. Um, yeah, Acererak. We'll get rid of Tumblestrum, I think. Okay, no attacks, pass the turn. So as long as we get to Venture, which we do with Varis, so as long as Varis stays alive, we get to keep Acererak, which puts us in pretty good shape. If they want to attack all out to try to kill our Tumblestrum or hit our face, we actually get to hit in for a pretty big attack as well. That's annoying. All right, they're actually going to give us a chance to have a bird with flying and have blockers. I'm down for that. Yeah, they ought to submit 0 here. Okay, ward 1, they have to pay 1 for it. This is the one we don't want to block with, though. So yeah, a little bit awkward. Attacks in with everything. It's a lot of damage. Okay, let's jump there. Down to 6. All right, let's venture.
Ready for adventure.
Create the 4/4. Acererak. Target creature can't attack next turn. That's the one thing we'd really be going for with this. Counter on the stuff, giving another creature -4 is still decent. Drawing a card faster than the other one. Scrying is really nice too, though. I think actually we're here for the life gain on this one for the first little bit there. I can attack in and trade off with this at least. Has just more flyers. This has reach as well. Okay, no attacks. Pass the turn. I didn't realize I had reach. I should have blocked last turn. Cloister Gargoyle. Hopefully they attack all in, and we can have a chance to win with Ellywick. Yeah, actually, with 2 reach creatures, that gives us a pretty good play. All right, we have to stay alive and we have to protect Ellywick. Those are the 2 things we want to try to do here. Attacks in with everything at face. Nothing else going anywhere else. Okay. That's actually okay for us. Ventures. Scries 2. Okay, so first things first. Block a big boy. Block this. Okay, that's still lethal coming through. So we block here. All right, they have 4 damage coming through now. And we have to keep 1 more creature alive that way. All right, there we go. We've completed 2 dungeons, so we get the ultimate. We get to play out Barrowin. Yes. Oh, this is sweet. All right. And oh, that is so good. Oh man. All right, let's view the battlefield here. So with this, we had completed 2 dungeons already, differently named dungeons, and so everything had trample, haste, 9988 67 77, and we're playing out of Barrowin, which would have been a, what is it, it's a big creature, another 7/7 that would have brought back another creature, which is another flyer. I don't think it brings it in tap and attacking, but still, that's that was pretty sweet. Not too shabby. That's a good one to end it on. All right, so we were playing in free play and we're playing up against a lot of other janky decks as well. So my thoughts on the dungeon crawling effects and everything like that, are they powerful? I do think dungeons are somewhat powerful. I don't think that they're ranked competitive though. This is bottom end of tier 2 when it goes well. And if you can like fine tune this to be the right deck, like the perfect deck, and like once you've like figured out which ones to go to every single time, if it's always trying to go in for Tomb of Annihilation to make sure that Acererak is better, or if it's trying to make sure for whatever else it is, like you don't play Rangers Hawk, you don't play Portable Hole, you play Better Removal, you do a bunch of other stuff, you have answers for a lot of other things. I think you find a Curse Idol is a good enough card by itself. Like after all of that is figured out and we understand exactly what you should be doing with venturing and all that kind of thing, the best way is to make sure Ellywick actually gets up there. If you need to have, Vorinclex in this deck to try to go off with the combo immediately or whatever else, like that actually might be really useful. So I don't know what the best version of this deck is. We went 4-1 with this deck though, which is not bad. But I think that's more of a fluke than it is something really, really good. Just throwing that out there. I think that this deck has a long way to go before it's top tier, or anything like that. We played up against a lot of other janky decks, and that was a big reason why we won. So I like it though. Is it fun? Absolutely. Are these cards actually decent? I think Varis and Nadaar by themselves can go into a creature deck, a Selesnya creature deck, and you have a really powerful deck. I think you can add in Find a Curse Idol really easily into other decks. I think that a Knights deck can easily run this and maybe something else in there as well, like Barrowin, or I don't know, make Clerics with Barrowin is already pretty decent as well. But actually making sure you complete dungeons and everything. I don't feel like we had as good of payoffs for completing dungeons as I was hoping for. Varis and Nadaar work really well together, and that is good enough for me on that one. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below what things you guys, if you agree with my statements on this, if you think that these is more powerful than I think, or if there's another version that's more powerful. We did pretty well against the Esper version of this each time, and so I think going into green is better, barely. But anyway, that's it, guys. See you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye bye.